Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the newest horror movie that is a sequel to an amazing predecessor, The Nun. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about The Nun II. And you know what I got to say to that? Who fucking cares? So The Nun II is the latest entry to the Conjuring franchise, the sequel to its predecessor, The Nun, which came out back in 2018. And honestly, I can't say which one was worse, either Insidious or this movie. The movie is directed by Michael Chavez, who's actually directed a couple of other Conjuring franchise movies that bombed just as badly as this one. The only difference between those and this movie is that for the first 45 minutes of The Nun, Nun II, to be more precise, I was literally about to fall asleep from boredom. That's cool. That's cool. It's cool. Did I miss anything? That was literally how I was for the first 45 minutes of this movie. I'm like, Jesus! Can you guys keep me entertained for 5 minutes? I do have to say, the movie actually did a good job with, like, showing a flashback of the first Nun, because I'm amazed I even remember much from the first Nun movie, because that movie was horrible. And they did a good job with the flashback, because most likely this was in 3 categories. They were either people who went to see it either A, didn't see the first one, B, don't remember the first one, like me, or C, a couple came in and one of them doesn't give a shit about this movie. Honestly, when I first walked into this movie, I didn't expect much, but I honestly didn't expect it to be this bad. I mean, starting with the horror faction, of course, with this movie, I mean, it's the same exact thing that we've been seeing since James Wan brought the 2013 Conjuring into our mix, and now we're in 2023. We're like, Jesus Christ, we are sick and tired of seeing the same things over and over and over and over and over again. Show us something new, please. Honestly, I think Tasia Farmiga can do so much better than this. She literally carries the whole cast on her shoulders. I mean, I can understand why she doesn't want to move away from horror, because then that's been like her bread and butter since American Horror Stories. But this whole movie, she's not even where the action is happening till like the very end. I mean, are you serious right now? The best scene in this movie is one that I've already seen like a million times, and I'm sure a bunch of you have seen a million times if you're an avid moviegoer like me, or have seen this trailer a billion times, and that was the magazine flip. I mean, that was a very unique scene. It was a very interesting way to iterate a jump scare, because I've never seen it like that, because usually it's just like one big photo or painting, or you see the deity in a mirror. But that was a really unique one to see in the magazines, because that was a good way to incorporate a jump scare, though, like I said, I've seen it a million times, so I knew it was coming. If you want to iterate a jump scare, a very unique jump scare like that, don't put it in the trailer. I will say this, that the final act wasn't too bad. It wasn't okay, just wasn't too bad. But honestly, after being bored for 75 minutes of this entire movie, honestly, anything that would have entertained me would do. They could have thrown Spartans or angels in there that were baseball players, or little teddy bears with pitchforks. I didn't care. I just wanted to be entertained at some point in this movie. Final act really had that tense feeling, of course, but I mean, the only thing that really kind of like took my interest away was when they turned Tasia Farmiga into the magical hero that she's supposed to be. And I'm like sitting there like, wow, I saw that coming. Honestly, I don't know why directors nowadays in the horror genre kind of make the ending like so like happy, like everyone's getting to see the rainbow. I actually kind of like horror movies that kind of have that grim what if endings, but don't end on a cliffhanger or anything like that. Just kind of give us like a grim what if kind of feel, because that sometimes gives me chills. Like, not jump out of my seat, but just kind of chills and gives me a better ending. Kind of like how The Boogeyman was at earlier this year. I mean, not the best horror movie, but still had a great flow from start to finish. Okay, so The Nun II, I'm going to be kind of generous here, and I'm going to give it a C-, and that's being pretty generous, because this is like C- to D rating. Definitely a movie you don't need to waste your time going to theaters to see. If you're interested in horror flicks, it's something worth looking at. But honestly, if you want my personal advice, just skip to the last 30 minutes of the movie, because when you're at home watching this, you can just fall asleep for the first 45 minutes. or first 75 minutes, and probably still be entertained at the very end. Alright, so the Nun II. If you guys have seen it, I want to hear your thoughts about it, so please comment down below your thoughts on the Nun II. Also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time!